It's snowing. Facebook, namaste. God bless. How are all of you? Yeah, it's a weird night, man. Monday slash into Tuesday. We're going at it with America's Mentor tonight. And it's snowing out. I gotta go in tonight, guys. I'm heading into work in a few. My associates needed some time off, and I said, sure, no problem. It's friggin' snowing, man. I got snow everywhere coming up here. But I'm blessed. My work is a mile and a half away. It's on a little hill. I got to go down a little hill, but all is good. If you guys are heading out, please be safe. And thanks for everything that you've given me here with America's Mentor, because it goes wholeheartedly with what I'm going to talk about real quick tonight. Courtesy of Steve Jobs tonight. He's going to be in the quote box tonight because what he said I never believed, and I was like, Jesus, that makes sense, man. But first, somebody asked me, because I got a birthday coming up, somebody asked me, can't you, get excited about being a grandfather one day? I said, oh, hell no. No. They said, why? I said, because I want my kids to find themselves before they start bringing more little people in the world, man. Because I can relate to what Steve Jobs said, and I'll reiterate what he said real quick. But to find yourself and work towards it every day, and it's an amazing feeling. But when you start putting, not obstacles, I hate to say kids are obstacles. They're not obstacles. They're blessings indeed. But a huge word that I want to use tonight, fulfillment. And ask yourself out there, how many of you guys actually feel fulfilled with your life right now? And I'm talking about our age, kind of the 40s and the 50s generation. And by not finding your purpose in life, or not fulfilling your purpose in life, is probably the most detrimental things you can do to yourself. Why? Because you're living in that feeling of missing something constantly. And America's Mentor is all about feeling. You're living in that feeling. Yes, indeed, we're blessed with these little human sets that we help create. However they come into the world is a blessing in itself. But if you're constantly playing catch up, like I did for for a couple of decades, honestly, of finding myself in the most beautiful ways, but in the process feeling not fulfilled and having all these feelings associated with missing something in life, it only created more missing somethings. Does that make sense? So here we go. Thank you, Mr. Jobs, man. The guy was an innovator, passionate soul, but I could never understand what the hell he was talking about. Not in a bad way. Excuse me, I'm coughing on the camera tonight. Not in a bad way, but he noted something really powerful, and it really made sense to me, and I'll go into that. But he mentioned the fact that if you're working on something exciting, that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you. I can attest to that. My goodness. And this is, getting back to the story about the so-called grandkids and what I went through in life. Many moons ago, I was offered a scholarship. Yeah, I was offered a scholarship, indeed, to go to broadcasting school. And at that time, the school, don't get me wrong, this was, 15 or 20 years ago. The school offered to pay for 3/4 of my tuition. And I couldn't. At the time, my belief system was I couldn't come up with the extra thousands of dollars that were needed to go to school. Granted, things happen for a reason, and I'm happy that they did. But think of the feelings associated with that. It's something that I always felt I could do in some certain way. But in essence, at the time, I couldn't do it because I had 3 little human beings at home, and I had to work to support them. And I had an awesome ex-wife at the time. We had a great family, but I was always feeling that emptiness inside that I've always wanted to pursue. So I had to go after what I had to do at the time instead of what I really wanted to do at the time. Does that make sense? A lot of you can relate with the jobs and the work that you have now, but it's okay if you're happy with it. But the point being is, if you're living with that missing mentality, or something's not right in your life, and you keep carrying that along, all you can do, like I always say, you keep remanifesting what you're feeling and what you're seeing in yourself every single day. And fulfillment is awesome, because when you're feeling fulfilled, I'm going to get to some words here, but fulfillment is awesome because this is great. It's feelings that one's abilities and talents are being fully used. You got to ask yourself the question, are you fulfilling all the talents and the abilities that you have? And when you put things in front of that, it deters you from that. Therefore, you're living in the mentality of not having it. And that permeates even more in your life with everything from money to love to success to how you feel about yourself. And America's Mentor is all about self, guys. Because when you are at your top game of going after what you truly want, you attract who you are. And you attract the right people and the situations and the circumstances. Does that make sense? So you never sacrifice anything when you're going after what you want. You're creating more of what you want. You're not losing in this game of life. And what Steve said was awesome, because Steve Harvey does that every single day. And the man, I was just reading up on him before I came on. And the guy works a 16-hour day. But he loves what he loves to do. And there's literally, it's like me when I work my 10-hour day at work that I love to do, mind you. But then I get back here and I got to do show prep and research and this and quotes and this and that. It all just keeps coming. It's a natural effect. And that's actually one of the words I have to think tonight, guys. So here we go. Natural, marked by easy simplicity and or freedom. This is what I mean. When you're following your path, which is the next word out of there, everything falls into place, and you're living in the mindset of creating anything you want in life. Path is the track specially constructed for a particular use. Hence your your purpose, meatball. This is what I'm talking about, man. When you start going after what you want on a constant basis, you create the most amazing path to draw to you exactly what you are. And this is the great thing about it, and this is what I love about it. But getting back to Steve Harvey, imagine a guy was homeless for several years, living in his car. Never gave up on his dream. But what he did was exactly what I did. And it's funny. I love it, because he started off with the love thing and all these children and the relationships. But deep down, he knew he could be a comic. He knew he was a comedian all along. He knew he loved people. But those little humans that he created, in essence, stopped that for the longest time. And so he's playing catch up all his life until he hit his early 40s. And now he's in his 60s. So for the past 20 years, this guy has been living La Vida Loca, man. He loves it. He loves his life. He loves what he's doing. 16-hour days in his 60s. He loves every minute of it. He goes, I spend the first 20 minutes of my day talking to God. He does it in prayer, mind you. This is what a lot of people do. But he spends the next 20 listening to God, and that in essence in meditation to where he wants to go in life. He listens to his feelings. And meditation is just you lining up with your feelings and your purpose in life. Remember, natural, whatever feels natural to you, your abilities in life, go after that. Don't play catch up, all your life trying to attain what you want. When you start being the best you and start doing what you want to do in life, life is going to manifest in front of you, man. It's going to come out in the most beautiful ways, but you have to get to the point, and you have to, how should we say, as Steve said, I'll say it one more time before I head off on my snowshoes to work tonight, guys. If you're working on something exciting, if your life excites you right now and what you're doing, you're on the right path, no matter what it is. But if you feel like you're missing something, like I did for a 3 decades, seriously, I was happy indeed, but I was always missing something, because my heart was screaming, Meatball, you got a purpose in life. You got to keep working at it every single day. I ignored it. In essence, the end of his saying that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision will pull you. It kept pulling me back, man. I kept trying to ignore it. And I'm saying, wow, you don't have to do this. You don't have to give information to people. It just kept pulling me back. This is how life is. Listen to your heart, man. It never fails. Your mind is going to screw with you all the time. It is. It's going to tell you that you can't. Like I had a scholarship in my friggin' hand to go to school at the time. I have no regrets about it. I don't, because of where I am now because of it. But the point being is, you don't want to live in regret. You don't want to live in unfulfillment. Unfulfillment is like poison. It really destroys you. Slowly but surely, it's going to destroy you. Guys, fulfill your dreams. Fulfill your passions. Fulfill your wants in life. Create that natural self you've always wanted to be, because it's just waiting to come out. America's Mentor is just this amazing informational portal. I'm not trying to motivate you or inspire you. You can only do that yourself. I'm trying to share with you bare bones facts of how life works. And it's amazing, man, because you guys, once you grasp that feeling of what you've always wanted to become, a way is going to be made. You don't have to worry, you really don't. But when you start putting obstacles in front of that, either little humans like I did when I was younger, and they weren't even obstacles, they were blessings. But in essence, they deterred me from what I really wanted, where I really wanted to go. And I tell my girls all the time, I say, look, just be yourself. Find yourself first, man, because then a way is going to be made the way you want it. In essence, the way they want it, guys. So have an amazing Tuesday or Monday / into Tuesday, guys. America's Mentor _radio on Instagram. Thank you. Instagram, guys are out of bounds, man. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate it. I got to go to work, man. America's Mentor _radio on Instagram. America's Mentor at America's Mentor on Twitter and YouTube, guys. Be safe out there. I got a whole 2-mile trek to work, but down a big old hill, so I'm going to be slipping and sliding. You guys be safe. Have an awesome day. I will see you guys soon. The Monday show tonight we're supposed to have for the West Coast, I postponed it to Wednesday because of work, guys. I'm going to get that uploaded to you guys ASAP, but thank you for all the support. Enjoy your night, guys. I'll see you guys soon.